Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me for another real estate market update. This real estate market update for this month is very important because it's about the half of the year, the first 2 quarters of this year, 2022, plus comparing with the previous year, and because almost everyone is talking about recession and even possible economic depression. So it's very important to pay attention to the numbers that we have right now. And if you have any decision to make regarding selling your house or buying a real estate, or selling and buying as the primary residence, or buying for investment, those are totally different decisions you need to make, and it's very important to pay attention to this presentation of the market update for this month. Let's see the numbers, and then you can make your own informed decision based on the numbers, based on the data and the studies we have. The numbers I'll show you in next few slides on this presentation are very important because not only we are talking about the monthly market update, but also I show you the numbers and compare it to last month and last year. With this situation we are in, you can get this information and make your informed decision if you want to sell your house, or you want to buy a house as a primary residence or investment. Those are totally different decisions you need to make. The numbers are very important here because it's for the past 2 quarters, and you see some interesting graphs on this presentation. This slide is general about the active listings at month end on the first row, which means the active listings in June plus whatever left over from the previous month. And you see there was increase by almost 66% compared to prior months, and compared to last year it was about 94% increase. On the other side, the closed homes was down compared to prior months by 12%, and compared to last year by almost 24%. The closed price median didn't change compared to last month, but it was up by almost 13% compared to last year. And that means the market is still hot. That means we have inflation. However, it may change in the future. The days on market, it was 10 days in June, and it was up by 11% compared to last month, and no change compared to last year. Here on this graph, I show you the average close price and the median close price. So the average close price was down a little bit last month, and then up a little bit again in June. However, the median close price, you see almost there is no change compared to last month and last 2 months. So you can have your own interpretation of this part, that the median close price didn't change in past 2 months. And average days on market for detached single family homes, the orange graph, was up by 1 day compared to previous months and last 2 months. It was 10 days. And for attached, no change compared to last month. It was 9 days. This graph is interesting, that it looks like almost mirror image of from June to December, from June of 21 to December of 21. And then you see the growth from January to June this year. So it's interesting that it's very similar. It's kind of mirror image of the last two quarter of the 21 compared to these two quarters of 2022. So here, the things that we need to pay attention is the rise of new listings, the sharp rise of new listings from previous months to June, like from May to June, end of May to end of June. And I'll show you another graph nationally, so you can see what's going on nationally also. On this busy graph, I want you actually to focus on just a few things. One of them is active listing at month's end that we talked on the first slide. That was compared to last year, it was 94% growth, and the new listing is a little bit lower than at 21 at that time. However, you can see the closed units, the closed homes, down by 9.5% compared to last year at this time. Probably some people say, okay, why the sales volume is higher and there's growth here? Well, the sales volume is about the dollar amount. So if you compare the house price this year compared to last year, you see that there is growth on the price. So that's why the sales volume is higher than before. However, the closed houses compared to last year this time was down by 9.5%. And days in MLS median, no change almost compared to last year. And the close price to list price, it shows a little bit positive, like 1.03% compared to last year. That means we have inflation. That means the market is still hot. Even we are talking about the market shift. However, the market is still hot, at least in Colorado and some other states also. The market is still hot. So if you want to sell your house, still, it's good. I don't say in next few months or next year it's not going to be good. However, right now probably is the best compared to next few months. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to these numbers and make your informed decisions. Let's take a look at the national active listing from 2017 to 2022. If you pay attention to these three graphs, 2017, 18, and 19, you see they are pretty similar. Not a very big difference between those 3 years. The graph for 2020 is different because of the lockdown and the COVID problem. And then when you compare this year, the yellow graph, 2022, and pay attention to the active listings from April to May to June, which is 18.7% year over year. So you see the difference here? Do you see this sharp rising? And if you remember, I told you pay attention to the sharp rise of the active listings in Colorado from last month to this, like end of May to end of June. So what does this graph, this sharp rise, tell you? Well, you need to do your own interpretation. It means the new listings are in rise, and there is possibility. Nobody can predict real estate market or economy 100%. Like even the best specialists, they are wrong more than 50% of the time. However, there is some evidence that the market is different, the market is shifting, and you need to make your own informed decision. You need help. I assume, or probably with a high certainty, I know that you need help because it's a different market, and the market is shifting. The economy is different than before, and the GDP was down first quarter. The second quarter, they haven't announced it yet officially. However, looks like it's down, and it was less than what they predicted. Even they said probably in the second quarter will be more positive, but it didn't happen. So the GDP is not like what they predicted, and the inflation, they say 8.6%, I think. However, the real inflation you see in the real estate market, that was up by about 16%, and that was I call the real inflation. Go ahead, contact me by email or text me on my cell phone, 720-232-3094. I respond to text better than phone call. However, whatever your choice is, I'll do that. If you leave me a message to call you, what you want to make a decision about your real estate, if you want to sell your house, if you want to buy a house as a primary or investment, or whatever the case may be, I can call you back or email you back or text you back, whatever your preferred method of communication is. And then we will discuss and go through your case specifically just for you. And this is free consultation. So you can contact me at any time you want. Thank you so much. And I wish you the best of luck and the best of informed decisions for your real estate in next few months and next few years.